Have you ever wondered about the history of Andy Reid? When it comes to NFL coaching legends, few names inspire as much reverence or as much good-natured humor as Andy Reid. He's a larger-than-life figure in every sense of the word, known for his tactical brilliance, affable personality, and a wardrobe of Hawaiian shirts that could make Jimmy Buffett jealous. But how did this mustachioed mastermind become the toast of the football world? Strap in as we take a funny, entertaining, and informative deep dive into the history of Andy Reid, the man, the myth, and the barbecue-loving legend. I'm Keith, and this is History Wonder. Andy Reid was born on March 19, 1958 in Los Angeles, California. As a kid, he quickly showed signs of greatness, both on the football field and at the dinner table. Legend has it that even as a young boy, Andy's appetite was as impressive as his athletic prowess. Stories of him as a 13-year-old lineman standing at 6'3" and weighing over 200 pounds only add to the mythos. If there had been a Pop Warner Hall of Fame, young Andy would have been a shoo-in. In high school, Reid's love for football blossomed and he continued to grow, both physically and strategically. He played offensive tackle at John Marshall High School, laying the foundation for his deep understanding of offensive lines, a skill that would serve him well in the decades to come. But even then, his mind was already wired for coaching. While other kids were collecting football cards or mastering the art of skipping class, young Andy was drawing up plays in his notebook and obsessing over X's and O's. Andy Reid's playing days continued at Brigham Young University, where he was an offensive lineman under the tutelage of legendary coach Lavelle Edwards. BYU was an air raid pioneer, emphasizing a pass-heavy attack that was revolutionary at the time. For Reid, this was like earning a PhD in offensive schematics. Though he wasn't a star player, Reid absorbed every detail of the game, learning how to dissect defenses and construct game plans like a true football scientist. Off the field, Reid's personality began to shine. Teammates described him as quiet but thoughtful, the kind of guy who could diffuse locker room tension with a well-timed joke or an impromptu buffet recommendation. He was a student of the game, but he was also a student of life, particularly the culinary arts. If there was a good plate of ribs within a 50-mile radius, Andy Reid knew about it. After graduating, Reid took his first steps into coaching as a graduate assistant at BYU in 1982. His duties? Everything from breaking down film to helping the offensive line. It wasn't glamorous work, but Reid attacked it with the same gusto he'd brought to a plate of nachos. His relentless work ethic and keen football IQ quickly earned him a reputation as a rising star in the coaching world. In the late 80s and early 90s, Reid climbed the coaching ladder, taking positions at smaller schools like Northern Arizona before making the leap to the NFL. In 1992, he joined the Green Bay Packers as an offensive assistant, working under head coach Mike Holmgren. This was a pivotal moment in Reid's career. At Green Bay, he soaked up knowledge like a sponge, learning the West Coast offense that would become a cornerstone of his coaching philosophy. Oh, and he also got to work with a young quarterback named Brett Favre. Not a bad way to start your NFL career, right? Reid's hard work paid off when he was promoted to quarterbacks coach in 1997. Under his guidance, Favre won 3 consecutive MVP awards, solidifying Reid's reputation as an offensive guru. He wasn't just a coach, he was a quarterback whisperer, capable of turning raw talent into gridiron greatness. In 1999, Andy Reid was hired as the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, becoming the first NFL head coach to jump straight from position coach to head coach in 16 years. Many questioned the hire, but Reid silenced the doubters faster than you can say a cheesesteak. Reid's tenure in Philadelphia was nothing short of transformative. He took over a struggling franchise and turned it into a perennial contender. Under his leadership, the Eagles made the playoffs 9 times in 14 seasons, including 5 NFC championship games and a Super Bowl appearance. Reid's offensive schemes were innovative, his play calling was daring, and his teams were consistently among the best prepared in the league. Reid also cultivated a reputation for developing quarterbacks. Donovan McNabb, whom Reid drafted in 1999, flourished under his guidance, becoming one of the most successful quarterbacks in Eagles history. Reid's ability to tailor his offense to McNabb's strengths showcased his adaptability and creativity. But despite all the success, there was one glaring omission: a Super Bowl ring. The Eagles came tantalizingly close in 2004, but fell to the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 39. For all of Reid's brilliance, he developed a reputation for clock management issues and playoff heartbreaks. Philly fans, known for their, let's say, passionate nature, loved Reid but grew increasingly impatient. By 2012, after a disappointing 4-12 season, Reid's time in Philadelphia came to an end. But if you thought Andy Reid's story would end in Philly, you clearly don't know Big Red. In 2013, Reid was hired as the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, and what followed was nothing short of a second act for the ages. Reid wasted no time turning the Chiefs into a powerhouse. His first season, he took a team that had gone 2-14 the previous year and led them to an 11-5 record. Over the next several years, Reid's Chiefs became known for their explosive offenses, innovative play designs, and of course, Reid's signature mustache. But the true turning point came in 2017 when the Chiefs drafted Patrick Mahomes. With Reid's guidance, Mahomes blossomed into one of the most electrifying quarterbacks in NFL history. The duo was unstoppable, combining Reid's creative play calling with Mahomes' jaw-dropping athleticism. Reid's offense became a masterclass in unpredictability, with plays so inventive they looked like they belonged in a Madden video game. In 2019, Reid finally exercised his Super Bowl demons. The Chiefs defeated the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 54, giving Reid the championship that had eluded him for so long. The sight of Reid hoisting the Lombardi Trophy and then joking about celebrating with a cheeseburger was pure joy. The following years cemented Reid's legacy further. With Mahomes at the helm, the Chiefs remained perennial contenders, reaching Super Bowls and winning another title in 2023. Reid's ability to adapt to the ever-evolving NFL landscape kept him at the top of his game, proving that age was no barrier to innovation. So what makes Andy Reid so beloved? Sure, he's a brilliant coach, but it's his personality that truly sets him apart. Reid is a man of contrasts, fiercely competitive yet endlessly kind, a tactical genius with a penchant for dad jokes. He's the kind of guy who can diagram a perfect 2-minute drill and then crack up the locker room with a story about his favorite barbecue joint. Reid's players adore him, not just because he wins games, but because he genuinely cares about them. He is a father figure, a mentor, and occasionally a culinary advisor. His press conferences are legendary for their mix of football insights and offbeat humor. Want to know how he's celebrating a big win? I'm going to eat a cheeseburger, the biggest one you've ever seen, he once quipped. Iconic. And then there's the Hawaiian shirt collection. Reid's love for tropical prints has become part of his persona, a visual reminder that even the most intense NFL coach can't take life too seriously. He's proof that you can be both great at your job and unabashedly yourself. Off the field, Reid's kindness extends to his charitable endeavors. He's been involved in numerous initiatives, including efforts to support underprivileged youth and families. For Reid, success isn't just about winning games, it's about making a difference. Today, Andy Reid is a bona fide legend, with multiple conference championships, 2 Super Bowl rings, and a coaching tree that's sprouted countless NFL head coaches. His impact on the game is immeasurable, but his legacy goes beyond the X's and O's. Reid has shown that you don't need to sacrifice kindness for success. He's a reminder that hard work, humility, and a good sense of humor can take you far, whether you're drawing up a game-winning play or deciding between ribs and brisket. And for that, we'll always tip our hats, and just maybe our napkins, to Big Red. So here's to Andy Reid, a football genius, master of the playbook, and undisputed king of post-game cheeseburgers. The NFL wouldn't be the same without him. Thanks for watching. What topics in history have you wondered about? Comment below and let us know what videos you would like to see. And be sure to like and subscribe.